After Israel has suspected that hospitals are guilty of harboring militants and that they are functioning atop a network of tunnels from where gun running is going on, it has become a crucial situation. The humanitarian workers inside Gaza will now have to handle the matter of Israeli paranoia with intelligence and wisdom if we are to continue to provide humanitarian assistance and continue to save the non-combatants, especially the children. Thousands have been orphaned because their adult caregivers have all been killed during bombardment by the Israeli Air Force on Gaza during the last 3 weeks. One of the things that we can do is to call upon the Archbishop and ask him to send nuns into Gaza as humanitarian caregivers. And they can work in districts that are created for the purpose, a diocese that will fall under the jurisdiction of the church, under the jurisdiction of the Archbishop. And from there, they can look after the orphaned children, the non-combatants, the women, the injured, and continue to administer medicine to them, to give them food, to give them water. And the church can call upon the Israeli military to not bombard those places. As we know, since 1993, the State of Israel has an agreement with the Vatican. And we also know that the Vatican has always called for a two-state solution to the crisis. We also know that recently the Pope created a new cardinal in the Holy Land of Jerusalem, the Italian Archbishop Pier Battista Pizzaballa, the Latin Rite Patriarch of Jerusalem. And from the Church of Jerusalem, nuns can be sent into Gaza, and they will be accepted as caregivers by the Palestinians, because Pizzaballa has always called for Palestinian right to live in security and freedom in all his speeches and his writings. So the Church has maintained a balanced position on the issue, unlike the White House in the United States of America, and unlike the IDF or Netanyahu as the Prime Minister of Israel. So the Palestinians will accept this kind of arrangement, and it will lead to the continued humanitarian existence. It could be a substantial blockade of any genocidal tendencies the Israeli military may want to execute inside Gaza, especially after the ground offensive begins. Dioceses can be created, a district under the pastoral care of a bishop, a church governance, a place under the jurisdiction of a bishop, and the warning to Israeli military to not bombard such a place. We will have to move as quickly as we must if we are to stop the carnage. It is a carnage of historic proportion, and it is happening by a military that is actually doing something which is counterproductive to the long-term interest of Israel. Because if you commit genocide, none of the states in the region with which Israel wants to normalize its relations will ever want to normalize relations with Israel in future. A genocide is never forgiven. Even after centuries, international criminal courts are activated against genocidal governments and genocidal militaries. So this is not something that Israel is doing even in its own favor. But for now, to stop Israel from doing what it's doing and to continue with humanitarian aid in Gaza and to continue to help the non-combatants in Gaza, this formula should be adopted, and we should move forward as soon as we can. You're watching Xenia Satti. I will be back for more commentary on this war.